The technology of genetically modified crops continues to create a stir. Some say it's a necessary part of modern farming. Others, though, say it only benefits large multinational companies and does not help small farmers. For instance, some regulations on GM crops are keeping U.S. farm products out of Europe. Meanwhile, the White House notified Congress of plans to begin trade talks with the European Union last week. The EU doesn't want those restrictions to be part of the discussion. President Obama says it's difficult to imagine an agreement that doesn't address those issues. It's quite a debate over genetically modified crops. Our Grow co-host Marilyn Barnett caught up with a local producer to talk about the pros and cons.
Well, this is something that stirs up a lot of questions, sometimes even controversy between consumers and the ag industry. Genetic modified organism, GMOs. Don Caldwell's here from Common Ground. Explain GMOs. This is everything. I mean, even from corn, even to beef even, right?
Corn, soybeans, not beef in so much as the meat itself, but we do in fact feed grain that was grown GMO to animals, of course, because most of the grains that are grown in the United States are in fact genetically modified for various very good reasons, and that's what we have available then to feed to our livestock.
Some of those reasons might even be to handle something like the drought that we've been having, right?
Absolutely, to handle the drought. And if you look at opportunities for countries that are even more drought stricken than what the U.S. has been this last year, what a great way for them to be able to grow food in the future if this drought tolerant trait is successful. In addition, you know, we've heard about BT corn for years and years. So corn rootworm has always been a serious problem for corn growers.
Right.
Well, guess what? We found a way through the seed to take care of that. And now we're able to put less pesticide on our fields because we don't have to control those worms with a pesticide or a spray. So we're able to use, you know, less products. It's a lot safer. And the soil has actually become a lot healthier. Erosion since we've used more GMOs.
And so sometimes when you think of GMOs, you think of, well, it could be, you're messing with things, you're messing with genetics, it's scary, it could be unsafe. But in fact, it's actually trying to do the opposite, right?
Absolutely, and you know, our world has progressed with discovering things and with science, and everything is created and every idea is planted in a mind for a reason, and we continue to try to do better and better. In fact, there's a gentleman from Europe who years ago, in the early 90s, in fact, decided that GMOs are a horrible thing, and he took on a huge anti-GMO campaign and was very successful in that, in scaring people about what they are. Right. He has recently changed his tune and did a talk at a global convention where he apologized for starting that campaign, and he in fact said, you know, I discovered that science can be accurate and it can be true, and if we really are going to be able to feed everyone, then we need to say and we need to understand that it's okay to use GMOs as well as the other options as well. If people choose to eat organic, that's just fine, but it's okay, and they're not hurting their family by letting them eat GMO foods as well.
So you're in the grocery store. This is some things to kind of think about, right, Dawn?
Exactly, exactly. If the food is in our grocery stores in the United States, it's the safest food in the world, regardless of how it was produced. And so we have what we call conventional farmers using GMOs, using what are considered modern and traditional methods. We also have organic farmers, and they're all doing the absolute best that they can. They feed their families, we feed our families the same things. I sure don't, you know, I don't grow enough food on my farm to feed my family every day. I have to go to the grocery store and buy things other people grow.
So thank you so much, Dawn, for shedding light on this. If you have questions, always swing over to our website, nebraska.tv.
Kent Boughton's in next with a look at your grow forecast. Plus, we've seen the skyrocketing prices of farmland. Will it ever even out? We'll take a look coming up.
You have to take really good care, and you have to feed them, and you have to take care of them a lot, and you have to make sure that they get warm and not cold.
We're learning that how agriculture can affect our lives every day.